Hi, this is Cezanne, author of the Black Love novel Journey of a Sister. It's been 13 years since I published the first edition in 2012. The book has 13 years, not chapters, and all 13 poems and poem songs in my Seeds of Love collection feature in the story. When I was recording the audiobooks in 2020 during lockdown, I kept seeing 13:33 on the clock. It was happening so often I had to look up what it meant. This is what I discovered, and I quote, 1333 or 333 represents the new earth, golden age of Gaia, through the Sacred Heart and Christed female, the return of the goddess, Shekinah and Sophia, the sacred divine feminine. It is divinely powerful when you see these combinations of 1333 together and 333. They are telling you that you are a sacred way shower, a frequency holder of the new earth, that cellular rejuvenation of your light codes is taking place. The number 13 is the return of the goddess in all things. The sacred power of 13 brings and carries the frequency resonance of transcendence of matter and the embodiment of ascension, the new earth frequency code, unity and oneness, the divine mother, natural rhythms coming into balance, and sacred order, taking back your power through the sacred divine feminine. Mary Magdalene represents the 13 and the shift of 2012 that will bring the new earth codes. She and her essence have re-emerged at a time when earth and the people will be ready to receive her lost knowledge. This will bring the Christed female of the Holy Spirit of the embodiment of Shekinah. 13 is a unifying vibration. There are 13 lunar cycles in a solar year that honour the sacred divine feminine, and at one time you followed here on earth. 13 was the sacred number of the ancient Egyptians, part of the sacred geometry of creation to activate their sacred light body. The turtle represents the primordial goddess of 13.
Calendar year. And every turtle has 13 sections in its back. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One for each of the moons. And it starts over here and goes counterclockwise around and then down. There's 28 days between each moon, and every turtle has 28 smaller sections around the base of it. And if you times that, that comes to 364 days. That's obviously one day short of our calendar year. But on that one day, it's believed that they forgave all debts, the wars stopped. It was a day of nothing.
The number 13 has a secret divine power and esoteric frequency of the mother essence to transform all things. In the past, the power elite sought to steer you away from its true direct connection with source creation, which is why they distorted the truth around Friday the 13th. The 13 vibration is part of the holy alignment and healing. Sacred code meaning of 33. 33 is the Sacred Heart, Ascension, the Masters of Ascended Light and Love, the return of Shekinah, the Holy Spirit heart flame of the Mother of Creation. I was receiving cellular activation of my light codes to assist the activation of my original divine blueprint. In 2023, I started studying sacred geometry and learned that the flower of life is the building block of creation. I only realized recently that it has 13 segments. In January 2024, when the moon was in my star sign, I was practicing an ancient meditation technique when the goddess emerged from out of my flower of life painting. I published a video titled Meet Our Divine Mother Goddess, saying if everyone knew the truth about the goddess, their whole patriarchal system of white supremacy would collapse, including their Christian religion. I'll put the link to it below. 2 years previously, while writing a blog a day for Black His Story Month, I was taken into the womb of the Cosmic Mother, where I met the Ancestral Mothers for the first time. They told me I've been channeling them since I allowed myself to become a channel for the great creator to create through in 2001. You can download this ebook from my Patreon in my Path to the Goddess online course or my Claim Your Reparations Now collection. Your ancestral mothers are leading you to a path of healing. Will you take it? Jesus is a fictional character that was created to help white men usurp the position of the goddess. I've since written to the Church of England claiming reparations for being passed down their fake, fear-based religion and for making me forget who I am. As melanin-rich women with a womb, we are made in the image and likeness of the great Creator and are physical representations of the goddess here on earth. It's time to remember who we are, which means to put ourselves back together again and reclaim our rightful position in this world. Start by reading or listening to Journey of a Sister, which will take you on your own personal journey of self-discovery. Have no fear, the goddess is back and you are her daughters, the daughters of Orset. Claim your rightful position in this world by joining me in doing the Ho'oponopono Calabash ritual to heal our maternal lineage, which leads right back to our Divine Mother. Powerful women, do the ritual around 13:33 or 3:33 a.m. or p.m. As you listen to my Ho'oponopono meditation, focus on healing our maternal lineage going right back to our Divine Mother, and on clearing poverty consciousness caused by patriarchal religions which taught us not to desire riches. Healing ancestral trauma passed down through our DNA. Healing childhood trauma, broken families. And may we remember who we are. That is, to put ourselves back together again, individually and as a community. We are the Black Queens, the most powerful pieces in the game of chess, and we're playing to win. Join forces with me by claiming your reparations so we can return to our motherland, because as the Ancestral Mothers said, we cannot heal in the same place that made us sick. Our motherland is calling her children to return home and free her, because until she's free, we won't be free. This call out is specifically to the descendants of enslaved Africans. My fictional character, Queen Letitia, did a video to help you know whether or not you are.
So how you can tell if you is the descendant of an enslaved African? Well, if you had a mother that spoke negatively to you and beat you mercilessly, saying things like, you're worthless, you're good for nothing, you're never going to make nothing of yourself. She was just carrying out the programming that was passed down from her mother, which was passed down from her mother, going right back to the plantations. See, enslaved African women were trained to beat them children mercilessly, to break them down mentally, so them can become obedient slaves. So if your mother beat you like that, she is definitely the descendant of an enslaved African. Now, if you is one of them brothers who like to breed up the sisters them and leave them to raise your picnic alone, you is most likely the descendant of a stud. Studs were enslaved African men who were kept in barns like horses solely for the purpose of impregnating the enslaved African women to provide more stock for the wicked enslavers. They had nothing to do with raising the picnic them did father, because they were considered to be the property of the slave owner. So if you still have urges to impregnate women and left them to raise your picnic alone, you is most likely the descendant of a stud. And that also applies if you still have urges to have sex with little girls.
Yeah, believe me, as 10-year-old girl get pregnant with a big belly in front of her. Which man couldn't have their right mind do something like this?
Now, if you experience any kind of sexual trauma as a young woman or a girl child, you may well be the descendant of royalty. Me did already explain in my video about epigenetics that some of the enslaved African women was royalty. And they were traumatized sexually so badly to put a marker in their DNA so that their descendants would forget who them is. But now, them is beginning to remember who they are and to put themselves back together again.
So if you identify as a descendant of an enslaved African, or indeed the descendant of royalty who were enslaved, join me in claiming our reparations so we can return to our motherland with our stolen inheritance and invest it in her, build villages, rebuild our families and communities for the sake of future generations. I'll put the link to my Claim Your Reparations Now collection below. Simply become a free member to access the collection. However, when you become a monthly subscriber to my Patreon, you'll unlock all my other creations, or you can purchase them individually in my shop, which would really help me out because this is what I do full time. Thank you in advance. The cosmic calendar has 13 months to bring you back in line with the 13 natural lunar cycles. Order yours before the 1st of December. I'll also put the link to my Black His Story 365 blog series channeled from the Ancestral Mothers below. And I'll put the link to my Sacred SECRETion playlist, which has videos talking about this ancient meditation technique which caused me to have my vision of the goddess. You can also go on the Path to the Goddess online course. Go to my collections to listen to the audiobooks of Journey of a Sister. Go to the membership tab to sign up as a monthly subscriber, which will unlock all my products, including MP3 downloads in my Lovolution collection, or go to my shop to purchase individual products. You'll probably wonder where I found the time to create all these things. Well, I haven't done a 9-to-5 job in over 20 years. I've been too busy fulfilling my sole purpose, creating products to help you on your ascension journey. Sign up to my Patreon and join the Lovolution. By the light of the eternal flame, I release all ties that bring me pain. From hex, from bind, from spell and chain, I reclaim my power, whole and sane. Through ancestral lines I now ascend, all wands and shadows I transcend. No force can hold, no bind can stay. I walk in light, I clear my way. With sovereign will, my soul is free, protected by divine decree, by earth, by fire, by air, by sea. I am whole, I am pure, I am free. Blessings be.